This is Gregory Doyle for ESBR Boxing. This is a final predictions video for two upcoming fights this weekend. Very, very entertaining fights, I should say. Before I get into those, I just want to say thanks to all the viewers for watching. I am joined by my colleague Niall tonight. Niall, first of all, I just want to say, how are you, my friend? Are you looking forward to the fights this weekend?
I really am. Yeah, I'm well. I hope you're doing well yourself. And yeah, really looking forward to these ones for different reasons, really. But we've got a couple of good ones in store, I think. So yeah, looking forward to it.
Fantastic. Now, let's get straight into it. What I want to talk to you about, first of all, is the European Super Lightweight title that is on the line tomorrow night. It is part of a Sky Sports boxing card. It's between the champion, Franck Petitjean, who is 24, 6 losses and 3 draws. He takes on what we would call probably one of the national upcoming stars of Great Britain boxing, Adam Azim, who is 9-0. First of all, Niall, I want to touch on the weigh-in today. So we've seen Adam Azim. He came in at 9 stone, 13 pounds, 5 ounces. Franck Petitjean, he came in at 140 pounds exactly. I feel, looking at that weigh-in today, Sky Sports Boxing I wouldn't say they were trying to make an issue, but they touched point on that they thought Petitjean looked slightly tight at the weight. Tell me, first of all, what you thought of the weigh-in today. Did you think that both guys looked ready to go tomorrow, or did you agree with what Sky Sports Boxing were saying?
I actually thought he looked great, to be honest. I thought he looked in very good condition. To be
Yeah.
honest, I wouldn't be too familiar with how comfortable he's been in the past making weight, but I thought he looked great, and the two of them looked ready to go. Business mode for the two of them. It was quite tense, but in a respectful way. There was a lot of tapping the belt from Petitjean, and Azim was laser focused. So yeah, I liked what I seen between the two of them today. To be honest, yeah.
I think I agree with you, Niall. I actually remember watching the video and I was thinking they were making this issue, and I thought, God, we would all love to look like Franck Petitjean away, and I thought he looked really good. But those guys are there. Respect where it's due. Seen something that we didn't. On to this fight tomorrow. I don't know how much you've seen of Franck Petitjean. One opponent that we are aware of, with yourself being from the great country of Ireland, you remember him beating, or should we say, robbed against Tyrone McKenna. We remember him, I believe he was in with Sam Eggington in this country as well. What can you tell me about Franck Petitjean? Have you seen much of his action?
I wouldn't be overly familiar with him, but doing some sort of research for this video and this fight in general, just to see what Azim is up against. He's very experienced, and I think that could help him a lot in this. He's had a lot of fights. I know he's lost 6 times, but he's the European champion for a reason. He's been there, done it. He's defended it. So yeah, he's very experienced. He's fundamentally solid. He's good sound fundamentals. Not the biggest puncher in the world, so I can't see his power kind of worrying Azim, but he's experienced and he's clever and he's fundamentally sound. So yeah, I think he'll provide a good fight for Azim, who's still inexperienced himself. This is his 10th pro fight, is it? So yeah, I think he won't be. He'll be looking to put the young gun in his place tomorrow night.
Niall, is Adam Azim ready for the step up?
I think he is. Personally, I'll just cut straight to it. I think he is ready. No disrespect to Petitjean. He's, as I say, he's been there, done it. But I think Azim, it's a case of if you're good enough, you're old enough, And I think he has more than enough to beat Franck Petitjean tomorrow. So I think they've put him in this position for a reason. They know that he's ready for it, even though he took a lot of flack after his last fight against Fanyan. A lot of unfair flack I see him, but I can see a star-making performance tomorrow night from Adam Azim.
Fantastic. Now I'm going to cut straight to the chase with this fight. You feel Adam Azim is ready for the step up. You think Franck Petitjean is very good at the fundamentals. He has the experience. He has trebled the amount of fights, at least, that Adam Azim has. Tell me how this fight goes tomorrow and why.
as I say, I think it's a star-making performance from Azim. He probably will have questions to answer, like he did against Fan Yan. You know, every fight isn't going to be a blowout, a spectacular blowout. But he proved the last time out he can grit his teeth and kind of dig in and get the job done. So I think Azim might have a few problems early from Petitjean's experience, you know, making it kind of tricky for him. But I think he'll get his eye in and he'll just be too quick, too well rounded, too powerful for Petitjean. And as we mentioned before, Petitjean doesn't have that punching power that will really get his attention. So I think Azim will put on a show and get a stoppage late rounds, 9-12, at the new European champion, Adam Azim.
Fantastic, Niall. Really looking forward to that fight. Viewers, you can catch that fight tomorrow night on Sky Sports Boxing. Event, as I say, it's for the European super lightweight title. Can't wait to tune in and see how that one goes. Now, we have one more fight we want to talk about that's taking place tomorrow night. Fantastic card on BT Sport Boxing. The one we are focusing on is the main event. I believe it is for the WBC Silver Featherweight title. It is between Nick Ball, who is 18-0, and he takes on Isaac Dogboe, who is 24-3. Isaac Dogboe, former world champion. Looking at the weigh-ins today, I believe that Nick Ball, he was round about, both fighters were around the 125 mark. I think Isaac Dogboe was just slightly heavier than Nick Ball. First of all, Niall, talk me through the weigh-in. How did you think both guys looked? What did you make of that face-off?
I thought, again, like the previous fight, I thought both men look great and both men are here to win, you know. Ball is out to prove that he's worthy of being at this level, and Dogboe is out to prove that he still belongs at this level. And just a quick thing on the weight, I don't know how these two are featherweights. They're huge men, the two of them. Like Nick Ball in particular, he's so thick, like he's so well built, and Dogboe himself, I don't know how Dogboe even made super bantamweight back in the day, but they're two big men. But yeah, they look great and ready to go, and I can't wait for this one.
Yeah, I think it's a really, really good fight. It's intriguing for a number of reasons, Niall. Now, Isaac Dogboe, as I said there, former world champion. Nick Ball hasn't been anywhere near the company that he will be tomorrow night when he takes on Isaac Dogboe. First of all, can you tell me, similar question to the last one, do you think Nick Ball is ready for the step up?
This one's a lot harder to answer because I don't know. I honestly don't know. And it's not that I don't rate Nick Ball. I think Nick Ball's excellent, but this is a serious test for him. I love this fight. I love this matchmaking at both stages of their careers. It's such a crossroads fight, you know. Nick Ball wanting to prove that he can make that jump, but a lot of people think Dogboe is finished, or at least on the slide, and he might be. But even if he is, Nick Ball's never faced anybody like him before, you know. The former world champion, and his only losses are to champions in Navarrete and Ramirez, which there's no shame in. So I think this is a really tough one to call. And, you know, will Nick Ball prove it? I don't know. I don't know. It wouldn't surprise me if Dogboe had that great performance in him to kind of prove that he's not at that level just yet.
Yeah. Well, what I wanted to ask you, Niall, is Isaac Dogboe seems as though he's been a fighter that's been around forever, but he's only 29, you know, and yes, he's had some tough fights, but he's still a relatively young man. The styles tomorrow night, they could gel really well. Isaac Dogboe comes forward, he throws lots of shots. Nick Ball comes forward, throws lots of shots. Do you feel Nick Ball may have to change some tactics tomorrow night, or Isaac Dogboe, to be successful in this fight? Because if you're on the way up, surely the one thing that you don't want to do is, even if you're similar, fight the other man's fight. So do you think we may see something a little bit different from both fighters tomorrow?
I think if the styles gel here, I think I said it when it was announced, this could be a fight of the year. If the styles gel, you know, they're so similar and aggressive, the two of them. I think if it could be an amazing fight, especially early. In terms of doing things differently for either fighter, I don't know if they can. You know, I think they only kind of know one way. That's to come forward, in their face aggression, volume punching. You know, we've never seen Nick Ball having to kind of box on the back foot or kind of adapt to a different style. Dogboe, we possibly have. You know, maybe he has a bit more better defense than Nick Ball, so maybe Dogboe will be the one that will come out and play it a bit more conservative. You know, letting it. You know, when I say conservative, as conservative as you can against Ball, but yeah, I think maybe Dogboe will let Ball be the main aggressor here. So yeah, I'm looking forward to this. Stylistically, I think, as I say, it could be a fight of the year.
Yeah, I think you're right, Niall. It's a fight that I'm really looking forward to because I think in a number of ways it's a fight where Nick Ball could be ready for, but he could not be ready for at the same time. So I think it's very, very intriguing for a number of reasons. Niall, I'm going to push you. You knew it was coming. I'm going to ask you right now. I want your final prediction for tomorrow. The WBC silver featherweight title. Who wins this one and why?
I'm going to throw a bit of a curveball here because I've been so struggling to split them so much. I'm going to go for a draw here, to be honest. I think it's a draw. I was leaning towards Nick Ball purely because maybe he's the fresher of the two. You know, Dogboe's been in a few wars, but I just think Dogboe will be experienced enough to get through the bad patches against Ball that Ball's going to put on him. So I think Dogboe will start well, maybe have a lead going into the second half, and then Nick Ball's stamina will tell in the second half of the fight, and it'll be too close to call. I'm going for a draw. I can't wait, but I can't split them either.
I really respect that opinion, Niall. I think it's not a million miles off where I'm at myself. So yes, everyone, tomorrow night you've got Adam Azim, FRANCK PETITJEAN, the European super lightweight title. You have Nick Ball, Isaac Dogboe, the WBC silver featherweight title. Niall, we've got your predictions in both fights. I just want to say thank you so much for jumping on tonight, giving us your thoughts on both fights. For all of yours, if you want to see more from us, guys, you can subscribe down below. Check all of our social media platforms, ESBR Boxing. Now, take care. Can't wait for the fights tomorrow night. And yes, let's get on.
Thank you. Great talking to you. Take care.